Okay, I'd like to welcome you today. This is actually my first attempt at using this website in a ward or stake meeting. And I have a stake meeting that I am preparing for where I will have all the preparedness specialists in one room coming to learn how to use this on the ward level. And so I am filming this so that we would have that to show them. So thank you so much for all being here. And so I'd like the camera to show how it's being viewed by the audience. It's just being projected onto the white brick wall. This is a card. It has the waffle mix that we're going to make, and it also has this list of reasons right here why I made this website. So,
Don't tell what's cooking.
support is the very first reason for this, is that people who are trying to become organic pioneer women would have the support of friends and other people who are doing that with her. It's very difficult sometimes. It feels like you're swimming upstream when everybody's offering you foods that are not organic and not all that healthy. It sometimes feels like you're all alone in the world when you're trying to do something healthy and the rest of the world is not. So that would be the support aspect of this website. And the organic whole foods is just to follow the word of wisdom a little more closely, to cook and prepare our meals from whole foods that spring from the ground, like the word of wisdom says, and to learn how to recognize the evils at the grocery store. Now, we know that we have evils and designs of conspiring men in the last days, and we know that's true, and yet when we see it, we have to learn to recognize it. Okay, so what we're going to do is go on over to the kitchen where we have the setup to make mixes. We're going to grind our wheat and make our mixes. And just go right across to the kitchen here, and I'll show you the setup over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make our own pancake mix out of our own wheat, and we're going to start eating our wheat today. So what we've done is we've figured out a way to make a dry mix by making everything dry, and then all you have to do is add water. Now, if normally in a pancake recipe you have to add oil, you have to have egg, you have to add milk. So what we're going to do is we're going to put egg powder, milk powder, but what do we do for oil? Does anyone know?
Beans.
Okay, so the church published, this is what got me started with this whole thing, is that the church published something about 3 years ago that said that white beans ground up like a flour could actually replace oil in recipes, and white beans cooked and mashed could also replace it. Actually replace oil, shortening, butter, margarine, all the oils can be replaced with white beans. And white beans mashed kind of makes sense because it almost looks like lard or shortening. When we go into this thing now, we're gonna use the white bean powder to replace the oil in the pancake recipe. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up here, you're going to come around here, you're going to start over here with the sugar, and then when you come to the white beans, you're going to measure out the white beans, the amount they say on the card, and then you're going to grind your own white beans right here. And the reason why I wanted you to do it this way is I want you to understand how easy it is. You can do it. It's just a blender. And so you can just grind it and grind it really well. Like, watch. The beans will start to go down, and it makes like a funnel, and it goes like this, and it rotates. So watch it go up and back down and up and back down a couple of times so that there's no big chunks of bean. We don't want big chunks of bean. So go ahead and watch it a couple of times. Take your time. It's going to be loud in here, so there won't be much conversation once we get started. That's why I wanted to give you instruction before we get started.
Okay, so do you need a certain kind of blender or just any blender?
This is a Vitamix, and I have a dry blade.
Okay.
I have used my wet blade, and I have used other blenders. They all work.
So this is all going to fit back in our cans?
Yes.
After grinding our wheat and going through.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to grind, first we're going to grind our beans, then we're going to come through and measure out the right amounts of each of these ingredients, and then we'll come around to the grinding of our wheat. Now the wheat everybody brought from home, and these items here the church provided. And so I thought that was pretty generous of them. I thought that was wonderful. And so when we get to our wheat and we grind our wheat, that's going to be loud. And so we're going to go ahead and line up, grind our wheat, put it back in the number 10 can, and then measure out 10 cups of that flour for your pancake mix. You're going to need a gallon baggie, and so you put all of these into your gallon baggie, and then you'll add 10 cups of freshly ground flour into the bag. Very last thing, after you circle around, you've got your pancake mix made up in your baggie. You're certainly welcome to come over here and try a little bit in a cup. All you do is add water and make yourself a little silver dollar pancake. Well, you can make them bigger if you want. It's your mix. But if you want to just have a little snack and taste it, see the consistency. If for some reason you didn't bring wheat today, or if you'd rather not add wheat, and maybe you want to try other grains, maybe you want to try sprouting, whatever, this will still work, but you just add the wheat later. So you can do everything minus the wheat, and that'll be just fine. Okay, so the recipe's on the card, and you'll just follow that recipe. Go ahead and start making your mix. It's going to be loud in here, no more conversation, and I will try to answer questions as best I can. Go ahead, so we can try that. You are all welcome to try anything. Go for it. We just want to get to where we're eating our wheat today.
Let them know about the toppings are for the pancakes, so they don't.
So you brought whipped cream, bananas,
and strawberries.
Are you done with your mix? Okay, then we want you to be the first one to make a pancake.
Oh, really? How it turns out.
Fill that up, walk away, and go do your dry mix. That's fine. Okay.
As long as no one steals your flour. As long as no one steals your flour.
I know, that's perfect.
What? Oh, okay. Gallon bag, and that's 16 cups. That should fill the entire bag and more. What do you have in there so far?
We thought we had everything.
Oh.
But I don't know if you didn't put enough flour.
Maybe not, because you're supposed to have 10 cups of flour.